This team could just never have a simple off season, man. YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here with another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with a video where we're going to be talking about the Jack Del Rio situation. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, so hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Let's get straight into today's video. So, good old Jack Del Rio. First, I want to give a huge shout out to my man Ed Oliver, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even have known this thing taking place, has took place. So, apparently, Jack Del Rio was on Twitter, and he's a big user of Twitter, and he was on Twitter and he said some things that he wasn't supposed to say, or something that he should have kept to himself, I should say, because everyone is entitled to their own opinion. But when you're at a certain level as a defensive coordinator in the National Football League for a historic franchise such as the Commanders, maybe you should decide to keep your own opinion off of social media. And apparently he didn't do that. And again, shout out to my man Ed Oliver, because if it wasn't for me watching his video, I wouldn't have known this situation happened. So let me give you guys an inside scoop of who I am and how I operate. So, if you guys don't know, I'm not a big Twitter user. I don't use Twitter that much. I just recently downloaded the app just because to communicate with my fellow content creators in the Washington community, because I'm more of an Instagram user and a lot of those guys aren't on Instagram. And apparently all the news is coming from Twitter. So if this is what I want to do and this is what I want to, talk about, I have to use Twitter to get my information from, unfortunately. But again, I'm not a big Twitter user, and apparently Jack Del Rio said some things yesterday, or prior to yesterday, he just addressed it yesterday, that he probably should have kept to himself about the George Floyd incident and the riot situation that took place at the Capitol. And shout out again to my guy, because I watched his video just supporting my man and just to get some more information that I maybe don't even know. Because if you guys don't know, we learn from each other here. Some things that I don't put in my video, Pedro puts in his that I didn't know about, or Ed puts in his, or Rio puts in his, or Louis T puts in his. We were all content creators, and I may miss some things that I learned from them, or, just watching their video just to support. I may learn some new things, and yesterday I did. My man Ed you can just tell my man was kind of pissed at the situation because of what he said, and I would too, because it's like you're worried about this when your defense is playing like this. You know what I'm saying? Again, he's a grown man. He has his own political stance, which I'm not saying he's wrong for. But when you hold a stance of a defensive coordinator for this franchise, with everything that's already happening with Dan Snyder, with everything, with the name change, you might want to keep your personal opinion to yourself, because any reporter is going to be looking for anything to attach the Washington Commanders name to, especially during this time of the year where it's slow news. He even said it himself. It must be a slow news day. Maybe if it was season time, or if it was training camp time, or if it was something busy going on around that, maybe this wouldn't be as big of a deal. But considering the fact that it's Jack Del Rio, who is apparently a big Twitter user, so this isn't his first time doing something like this, the Washington Commanders name being attached to this, and it being a slow time period of the offseason, it's going to be a big story. Apparently he was like, he made some remarks. I don't even know what he said. I haven't even seen the actual tweet. That's how much I don't really care about this situation. I'm just addressing it because I'm going to get to why I'm addressing it personally. But apparently he said some things about the Capitol situation, comparing it to George Floyd and stuff like that. Again, guys, sorry if I don't know what he said verbatim, because I haven't looked at the tweet, and I'm not going to take my time out to look at some foolishness like that. But the reason why I'm personally making this video is because I'm addressing Ron Rivera. Ron Rivera, I'm looking past Jack Del Rio. He's the guy that does this all the time. I'm looking at Ron Rivera. This is your team, dude. This is your defensive coordinator that you hired. Hold him accountable, because like my man Ed said in his video, Terry can't go on Twitter and state his political stance like something like Jack Del Rio did. Jonathan Allen can't without any backlash from fans and from the media. They're gonna look at like a bad person. And I guarantee you, if they did do something like this, Ron Rivera would have got on them. Why not do that with Jack Del Rio? I'm not saying fire Del Rio, but I'm saying hold him accountable. Like, your defense is playing like this, and you're out here doing that. Like, it just doesn't mix. And apparently Brian Mitchell said the same thing, said something similar to what we're all saying about Ron Rivera not addressing this team and addressing his defensive coordinator. This is your team, man. You gotta do that. You have to do that. And again, I'm not saying Del Rio's wrong for his political opinion. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but you gotta know when there's a time and place for that, and that wasn't the right time for that. Now, anytime these players step up to the podium, they have to now answer questions about Del Rio and how they feel about him, as if they're going to come out and say, oh yeah, I disagree with Del Rio, if they do. Like, it's big attention that's not needed on this team for no reason. Like, we're already a team that doesn't need attention. We don't know how to handle attention. We always have the bad spotlight on us, and it's just another case of that. Every single offseason, it's something with this team. We can never just have a peaceful offseason. Like, it's always something with this team. Like, literally. Whether it's Dan Snyder, whether it's the name change, whether it's players doing things that they shouldn't be doing, whether it's the coaching staff, it's just always something with this team, and it never fails. And as a fan, it is frustrating. As a fan and as a content creator for this team, it's frustrating. Now, let's read Del Rio's apology, or the letter that he put out following the backlash that he received for his comments on Twitter. He said, I made comments earlier today in referencing the attack that took place on the United States Capitol on January 6, 2021, referencing the situation as a dust-up, which was irresponsible, and I am sorry. I stand by my comments commending the balance and the communications across the country, or the communities across the country. I say that while also expressing my support as an American citizen for peaceful protests in our country. I have fully supported all peaceful protests in America. I love, respect, and support all my fellow coaches, players, and staff that I work with, and respect their views and opinions. So that is how Jack Del Rio responded to the backlash that he got for his comments that he posted on Twitter. And again, I'm looking past Del Rio at this point. I'm looking at Ron Rivera, because this is your team, and if a player would have done something like this, I guarantee you it would have been way worse for them than how you're handling it with Jack Del Rio. But again, this is nothing new. We're Washington, guys. It don't matter if we're the Commanders. It don't matter if we're the Redskins. It don't matter if we're the football team. We're going to always have problems. We're going to always have unnecessary attention put on us. That's just how we are. Unfortunately, we can never just have a peaceful, quiet off season. Like, who is a team out there that you just never really hear nothing from? Like the Lions. They're not that good, but like the Lions, I never hear anything bad come from the Lions. And maybe, yeah, I don't follow the Lions as closely as I follow my team, but like, bro, why can't we just have a peaceful offseason is what I'm saying, what I'm getting at. Again, I'm not going to get into my political opinion, because, I mean, I don't really have one. But again, I'm not mad at Del Rio's political opinion. Everyone is different. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion, but there is a time and place for everything, and social media isn't that when you're a defensive coordinator of this team. Maybe when he was retired, maybe when he didn't have a job to do, but when you have a job to do for a historic franchise like this and your defense isn't playing as well, I wouldn't personally, I wouldn't be tweeting about stuff like that. But hey, everyone's different, man, and everyone has their own opinion. He's his own man. I personally wouldn't operate like that, but everyone is different. So yeah, man, let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. How are you feeling about Jack Del Rio, man? Me personally, like I said, I just want to win football games, bro. Like, keep all the off the field stuff aside. I just want to win football games. I just want the best version of Jack Del Rio, the play caller, when we get to week 1 versus Jacksonville. However you are in your personal life, that has nothing to do with me. I just want to win football games. I just want to go to the playoffs. I just want to win a Super Bowl. That's all I care about. So yeah, man, let me know what you guys think about this video in the comment section down below. As always, it's me, your boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, so hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. I'm out. Peace.